There we go. Good morning, everybody. All right, we got some sports radio on in the background, not anymore. How about those Red Sox? Showing that team baseball and good pitching is going to beat that, overpaid, big, strong man, looking good, hitting some home runs and striking out some of the time model every time. Because the Yankees haven't been to the promised land in a long time. Am I wrong? Did they go to a World Series in the last few years that I'm forgetting about? I really don't know. But I'm pretty sure the Red Sox have been to a whole hell of a lot since '04. But this is more important. This is the best I've felt physically in a long time. If you've been listening to the channel, and I know I've been sporadic and haven't made many videos in quite some time, ever since the second, ever since that, really, really bad. I haven't been well at all. And even, as recent as yesterday, I was on the struggle bus. I mean, just devastating migraines, vertigo symptoms again, which many of you may know if you've listened to any of my material. And if you're close to me, you definitely know that I was dealing with some serious, and I mean full-blown vertigo for quite a while. For about a couple, maybe as much as 3 months, with intermittent vertigo and a lot of dizziness and symptoms like that, which finally resolved back in April or May, thanks to a very specific adjustment. And why do I say it was a specific adjustment and not time? Was because the actual intervention at that moment led to a physiologic change that was instant. And I haven't looked back. And it's actually made the way that people will adjust me even more specific. It matters greatly. It all has to do with the way it's registered by the neurology in each individual's brain. Because when it comes to adjusting, now that I've kind of just got right into it, a chiropractor should always be thinking when the patient that's in front of them is suffering from an ailment. We're not talking about, hey, I just need to feel good. I want to go get my joints moved. There's a reason that the joint, I guess you could say, is in business, right? And why a lot of people utilize chiropractic, as for wellness and fair consistency, and they should. It feels good to get adjusted. It's good for the body. Motion is life. Life is motion. You stop moving, you die cliche, right? Not much of a cliche, truly. You need to have this range of motion, input in the spine. The popping and cracking, those are inhibiting, pain receptors and stimulating movement, motion, and endorphin and other feel-good receptors up in the brain. Enhancing dopamine. It's enhancing serotonin, believe it or not. It's stimulating like the parasympathetic tone, rest and repair, as opposed to being sympathetically all charged up. That's actually incorrect. Sympathetically, how should we say, dominant in the sense of being like anxious or scared. You usually see a lot of people who are very anxious after an adjustment actually have many moments or hours of calm, and why they start sleeping better. Actually, on the Instagram, I appreciate you, you know who you are out there in Arlington, where you commented about how your husband's big adjustment has led to him sleeping a lot better ever since. And that's what it's all about, is making these adjustments be purposeful, intentful, and count. Because as I was alluding to, you have a side of the brain that's going to be weak, whether it's like the front of the neocortex, meaning our higher order thinking. All right, so my phone just cut out. I've been having problems with iPhones for the last 2 series of phones. So anyways, my phone cut out, and here we're back. So higher order thinking. Neocortex. One side is usually going to be weak, and another side is usually going to be strong. Think of it as being right brain dominant versus left brain dominant, but think about it in a sense of inflammation kind of overtaking your body, or like there's an insult, an injury. These are also known a lot of times in science as lesions. So chiropractors have to take that in mind, and you can do some simple tests in office, which I'm not going to get into, but a lot of them have to do with balance. And something that I do often when someone has these types of symptoms, vertigo, dizziness, balance, coordination, I will do a simple balance test. And then I'll look at which side of the cerebellum. Again, the cerebellum is more here on the brainstem. And that has a lot to do with motion and movement, not so much with a higher order thinking. It's very much more, how should we say, simplistic in nature. But when we test that area with balance versus which side of your frontal cortex has some type of an insult or a lesion or deficiency, it then becomes a much easier, I shouldn't say easier, it becomes simple in the respect of which part of the body I need to adjust as a chiropractor, and how that's going to impact you. Once you step outside that realm and you just say, hey, well, let's hit the right side and let's balance it out on the left side. Watch out there, Nissan. I don't want to die today. Once you start balancing that out where it's, if you're a chiropractor who thinks, well, I did the left side, now I'm going to, just do the right side because that C1 is stuck. Now you've done this person who's on your table as your patient or in your chair a great disservice. So, be the doctor. But the reason I'm making this video is because, yesterday, again, I was suffering. Headaches were just nonstop, debilitating. Again, I was able to make it through work. Adrenaline is a powerful thing. And I got through, and I was present time conscious with all my patients, but a few of them probably knew I was, suffering a little bit. But the headaches instantly, when I got adjusted, went away. So real quick to sum this up here. So instantly the headaches went away. When I woke up this morning, the vertigo was all but gone. In other words, I'm not gonna go tap dancing around the street yet, but I'm pretty sure it resolved because I didn't have it when I got out of bed, and I didn't have it all morning. That's why I'm so excited. And the sore throat that I was kind of developing over 2 days is all but gone, gone. So I feel good. And the reason, I guess, for this video is you all know that when I make a lot of these style videos, they're not really about chiropractic so much, because how easy would it be for me to sit here and make every video about chiropractic, right? Every podcast or something about the beauties of chiropractic. That only benefits one person, right? Theoretically. Or in a sense, right? It only really benefits me or other chiropractors or someone who's looking to see how chiropractic might help them. And of course, the chiropractor says it can help. I mean, that's thanks, Captain Obvious. This is important. I don't, say it enough, probably. The amazing impact of a chiropractic adjustment, how that intervention, that at that moment, the least invasive, least expensive, most impactful input you can give to your body. And yes, through the nervous system. It is through the nervous system. But, I'm excited to have received an adjustment like that. So thankful that, I get to do that for people on a regular basis. This is why I got into it. It's not just to get people out of back pain. It's not about, back pain. It's about, proper function via it's about proper function, or a well-stimulated, appropriately stimulated nervous system that over time is this intervention, this instrument that people can apply right then and there to hopefully have this immediate physiological effect and change when it comes to those, visceral or sort of neurologic deficit or neurologically troubling type of symptoms. Because one thing I'll just kind of say in closing here is, if you do have a herniated disc, or you do have, some radicular pain, or you have a lot of degeneration in the body that's led to some kind of a, burning or tingling or kind of sharp stabbing pain that is more chronic in nature, those things don't, instantly go away. They don't have that same physiologic response. You might be in less pain after the treatment, after the adjustment, however you want to say it. You might be in less pain, but certainly it's not going to have that same instant physiologic response that, these visceral conditions or these visceral symptoms a lot of the time, brain balance, vertigo, digestion, urination, GERD, indigestion. I think we might have already said that. Those kinds of things, headaches, right? They can seem instant, and it's such a beautiful thing to be a part of, on the receiving end, or even as a chiropractor on the giving end, to kind of have that confidence to filter through, hey, this is what's going on in them neurologically, and adjusting here at this moment in time in this precise way, and that's it. Leaving everything else alone. Leave alone those healthy joints. That's what really gets the great result. So there it is, guys. I'm back. Let's hope I can stay here. I want to feel this good every day. I'm so excited to go to work. And assuming there's no setbacks, I hope that, I've paid the piper here 3 weeks, maybe even a month, really, since that second, whoop. So, yeah, there it is. Hope you're all healthy. Hope you're all feeling good. Guys, we love you. Thanks for all the support. Until next time, this is Dr. Perlman.